I had a question, and I asked myself the question today. And the question is, who's our God? Who's our God? And I got this question because I was looking at Second Kings 17 and how Israel just totally choose to mix their religion with other gods. That's not to say that they turn their back on gods, but it's like they develop security options. They develop things that they could make sure that they get what they wanted. You see, because perhaps their faith, like us now, their faith didn't go far enough, so they opted to take, how should I say, like there's a thing called side piece, right? They had a religious side piece, and the religious side piece was other gods. They just make sure, like some of us would have like a lucky horseshoes, rabbit's foots, poor rabbits, lucky numbers, whatever it is. These are like our side pieces, and that's what damned them. It was not that they didn't love God; they did, but it's that the extent of their faith, the extent of their faith limited them to live in a time where they had to mix their joy with things that were horrible, and in some instances they exceeded those of the ungodly, of the pagans, and it caused them destruction. And if we are having problems today, do we have a side piece? Now, I think also this whole concept covers our country. On our money, it says "In God We Trust," but it's not in God we trust. It's with AK-47s we trust, AR-15s we trust, guns we trust. It's just not true. And while we call ourselves a Christian nation, we're also a racist nation, a nation that focuses on getting as much as they can for their own kind and leaving just enough to keep the natives quiet. That's just the way it is. And they're no different from us as people, as individuals. So while we can criticize Israel, while there's great criticism for this country, we also have to look at ourselves, and we too have side pieces. We have side pieces in that we have our own way of accomplishing our goals that are not holy, that are not done, they're not dictated by God. Sometimes God didn't send us there. God didn't send us to that relationship. Amen, somebody. God didn't send you to that job. God told you to do something else, but you did this thing because you felt that perhaps God is mistaken. Perhaps God doesn't understand that you had to have this one thing. And it's not just Israel. It's not just this hypocritical country. It's us. We have side pieces. And the thing is that if we can turn this thing around within ourselves and drop the side pieces, we become people who can move and change our community, move and change the world if we would just act right. Martin Luther King Jr. said that if you have not found something to die for, you have not lived. What that man meant that to complete his mission, he had no side piece. He had no alternative. He didn't play it safe. He flew without a trapeze. He knew that it would cost him everything, but he went out and fought for rights that benefited everybody, not just people of color. He had no side piece. And if we can just get to where we have no side piece, we can become as powerful, change our community, change our country, change our world, and walk where the people of Israel should have been walking from the beginning. We're blessed because we have the witness through the Bible. And we're also blessed because we see how having a side piece, having a duality, being a hypocrite in this country, the damage that it caused. We cause the same amount of damage in our personal lives, among people, because we too have side pieces. Drop them. And I think the Lord spoke about it as well. He spoke about how the people of Israel, were like whores running after lovers with the members of the size of donkeys and all these other things, and he spoke about us in that way because we're supposed to be his bride. He told his prophet to marry a woman of the night because he's speaking about us. We delve inside pieces. We run after that which is not good for us. And today, get rid of your side piece. Devote yourself to what the Lord said, to trust him. You don't need to buttress your walk or to make it safe for yourself. Just trust him and see if he does not turn you around and perhaps turn the world around too.